Hello students, myself Arpana Grover, Senior Faculty Member of English at Informatics and Quantitative. Now dear students, we have done many of the passages regarding the CLAT Comprehension's editorial. Today we will be doing the next passage for the same series and hope so you'll be benefited, we are getting benefited by doing these all passages. आपको पता चल रहा होगा कि किस तरह से passages आते हैं और किस तरह से आप उनको solve करना है. Today's passage, it is regarding the medicines and doctors, right? So these all the video tutorials are very helpful for you, and definitely for the further study material, video lectures of various topics like reasoning, arithmetic, law, please download our app, that is Coursera. We really benefited by that. Now let's start with today's passage. So the today's passage is a very different type of passage that is regarding the doctors and medicines, right? So let's see what the passage states. So as I have told you earlier also, when you are attempting or reading a passage, please read the passage with the keywords so that you are not again forced to go back and read the passage again. It will take a lot of time, right? So without wasting time, please be efficient in doing your passage. So let's start with it. First part is states that let's read the passage first with the keywords. We will be marking the keywords. अगर आप में से कोई स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे हैं जो कि पहली बार मेरी क्लास लगा रहे हैं तो डेफिनेटली आप देखिए कि हम लोग किस तरह से पैसेज करते हैं और उनमें कीवर्ड्स कैसे मार्क करके उनको हम अपने दिमाग में डालते हैं, राइट? So let's start with it. It was during one of the most dreadful smallpox epidemic. That means the author is talking about the smallpox epidemic. It was during the epidemic in England that Edward Jenner, very common name in the history of doctors, a country doctor made a discovery which was to alter the course of history. Yeah, Edward Jenner has made a discovery. Obviously, he was the person who has discovered you might be remembering, he was a person who has discovered the smallpox vaccine. Edward Jenner, right? Discovery which was to alter the course of the history. Jenner noticed that this disease seldom struck those who lived in rural areas and worked around cattle. That means smallpox is that disease which is basically put in the rural areas, right? And worked around cattle. And those person who worked around cattle, they are more infected by this disease. Most farmers and dairy workers had contracted cowpox and had recovered with nothing more than a more serious than a pustule left a scar. That means it is not a very dangerous disease. जितने भी farmers या dairy workers, they have contracted the cowpox, they were just all have recovered, just a pustule is left behind, left a scar in the form of scar. This observation led Dr. Jenner to think, why not vaccinate people with cowpox to protect them from smallpox? He found that both the diseases are interrelated. So in his mind, he found that when we should vaccinate people for cowpox, they will be automatically vaccinated from smallpox. So on May 14, 1876, Dr. Jenner took a healthy boy, James Phillips, to prove his experiment. He started his experiment on a healthy body of James Phillips. He took a healthy boy, James Phillips, to a dairy maid, Sarah Nels, who had a cowpox pustule on her hand resulting from an infection from a master's cow. So she was already having an infection from a master's cow on her hand in the form of a cowpox pustule. Dr. Jenner made 2 shallow cuts on James Phillips' arms and inoculated. He has put on the cut, introduce them with the matter taken from a cowpox sore. So he took a material from a cowpox sore and inoculated in the shallow cut, which was made on a Phillips arm. A pustule developed on a boy's arm, formed a scab and healed. So after that, it was healed. In July the same year, Dr. Jenner inoculated James with matter from a smallpox pustule. So firstly, he had inoculated for a cowpox pustule. Then in July, when everything was fine, he healed up. He inoculated the boy with a smallpox pustule. During the next 2 weeks, the doctor watched for the signs of the smallpox. They did not develop. The vaccination was finally successful. Dr. Jenner wrote a paper explaining the method of the vaccination. At first, the doctors were hostile. That means they were not able to understand if it is true or not, and would not listen to a ridiculous procedure. They said that it is just wastage. It's nothing of like this sort. Many town people organized anti-vaccination campaigns. Gradually, however, the doctors and the patients accepted that vaccination. This is how a smallpox vaccine was invented by Dr. Edward Jenner, and after very refusals and oppositions, he finally was able to he succeeded in finally proving that a cowpox vaccine can eventually be a method of vaccination against a smallpox. So I think that the comprehension is very, very quite clear to you all. Now let's go to the questions. The fact that Edward Jenner was a country doctor was important in the discovery of smallpox vaccine because he had enough time to pursue his research. He noticed that disease was prevalent. No. He noticed that disease seldom struck people who worked around. Yes, C is the correct answer. He noticed that disease seldom struck the people who worked around only cattle. That's all. It was not such much a prevalent. Prevalent means spreaded. You can find the disease in each and every person. No, it was not there. It was only with the persons who were working around cattle. So correct answer is C. It's for a direct question. Dr. Jenner was successful as cowpox virus produces several infections in humans. No. A mild infection. A mild infection in humans. A mild infection in humans which is enough to produce active immunity. It is not enough. It is enough. A mild infection in humans which is enough to produce a active immunity. So correct answer is C. Third question. Dr. Jenner made his experiment on healthy boy who died after experimentation. No. Could not be relieved on his mark of no. Developed the sign of a pustule in his body when he was injected by the matter of the cowpox. Yes. Was paid for it? No. So correct answer is again C. Fourth, passage here is what here is having all and narrative style, analytical, provocative, idiomatic. Idiomatic means वो गोल मोल बात कर रहा है. It is not in a straight sense. So वो गोल मोल बात नहीं कर रहा, बिल्कुल सीधी बात कर रहा है. He is not provoking somebody. No. He is not giving an analysis. Yes, कुछ analytic है. It was just an inventory passage. It was a narrative, giving you a narration of an incident. How the smallpox vaccine was introduced to the country. So it was a narrative passage. So the answer is the narrative passage. So this was about the passage, dear students. And hope so आपको आज का पैसेज समझ में आया होगा और आप लोगों ने अच्छी तरह देखा होगा कि हम लोगों ने किस तरह से किया. Right? So for regarding rest of the same type of passages, and this was regarding English. For the other lectures of law, reasoning, quant, those are equally important to you also because the pattern of law has been totally changed from the objective type to the comprehension-based questions. For that, you need a very, very high practice. Dear students, for the accurate practice, our faculty is a highly qualified faculty of judges and advocates and the top-notch engineers from IITs who are teaching you aptitude, and they are working day and night and making very new questions for you every day in the comprehension-based passage. So do subscribe our YouTube channel Informats India or Course Edu India. Do move to our Instagram page Informats_India, Facebook page is Informats India, our YouTube channel Course Edu Informats, and finally our website is informatsonline.com, where you will find the previous year's papers and the latest all information about law. So hope so. You always enjoy to be with us for doing these comprehensions of alternate days. So thank you very much. Do well, stay safe, and all the best.